evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Coming to you live from the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center on the campus of Bellevue University. We bring you on the second half of our women's and men's basketball doubleheader as the home team Bellevue University Bruins take on the visiting Viterbo University V-Hawks. Good evening, everyone. Mick Krupski back behind the microphone. Created a new word. Back behind the microphone, joined tonight by Simon, my broadcast buddy here for the rest of this basketball season. Simon, tell everybody who's new to the broadcast a little bit about yourself and your connection to Bellevue University.
Well, happy to be alongside you again, Mick. On the other side of the court, I've been the PA guy for the last 3 years. Just found out I took a stab at it when I was an assistant cross-country coach here back in from 2018 to 2021, and I took a stab at it at one of the Bruin baseball games. Found I kind of had that voice for it, and now I'm challenging myself in a new endeavor in the Bruin athletic realm as doing some color commentary next year.
Simon, we're glad to have you along for our broadcast tonight. These two teams going at it tonight. The Bellevue Bruins 12-9 overall, 4-3 in the North Star Athletic Association. The Viterbo V-Hawks are 12-8 overall. They are 6-1 in conference play. So that puts the V-Hawks in second place in conference. The Bellevue Bruins in a third place tie along with Dickinson State in the North Star Athletic Association. Let's take a look a little bit more in depth at both of these teams. For the Bellevue Bruins, the Bruins average about 72 points per game. They shoot 48% from the floor, 38% from behind the three-point arc, and 70% from the free throw line. Tell us about some of the individual leaders for the Bellevue Bruins.
Well, kind of dominating the points there, we got Paulo Araujo at 16.3 points. Kind of close together. The second and third leading scorers for the Bruins, Vinny Belcaster at 11.8 points per game, and Taylor Pomeroy 10.1 points per game. The leading rebounder, the big man, 6'10" out of Cleveland, Justin Motley, with 6.5 rebounds per game, followed by Kanami Maggard, 5.2 rebounds a game. Vinny, point guard, has 62 assists so far for the year, leading the Bruins, with Rajo with 45, number 2 assist guy for the Bruins. Paulo Rajo, 53 three-pointers, more than double their second three-point leader for the Bruins, Belcaster, with 26 for the year. Taylor Pomeroy from the free throw line shooting a stellar 89.5%, leading the Bruins. And steals-wise, Paulo Araujo leading the Bruins once again, 34 so far through the year.
The visiting team tonight, the Viterbo V-Hawks out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. The V-Hawks 6-1 in the conference, number 2 in the conference standings behind the team leader, conference leader Mayville State. The V-Hawks average 77 points per game. They shoot 47% from the floor, 37% from behind the three-point arc, and 69% from the free throw line. They average 77.5 points per game. Let's talk about some of the V-Hawks, especially the top 3 scorers.
Yeah, kind of separating themselves from the rest of the team as number 44, Jack Monis, averaging 16.9 points a game. Robert Kunitz, 15.1 points. And number 24, Ben Olsen, with 13.7 points per game. On the rebound side for the V-Hawks, Monis kind of dominating the stat sheet for rebounds for the V-Hawks at 6.8 rebounds per game. Assists-wise, really dominating for the V-Hawks, Dakota Mano with 119 assists so far this season. Their second assist leader is Robert Kunitz at 32. So that's more than 4 times as much for Dakota Mano on the assist end.
All right, we've got a quick look at some of the players who will be in action tonight for both squads. Let's turn it over now to public address announcer Ray Quinn as we get ready for the starting lineups for both squads.
Snowball record of 12-8, and they are 6-1 in NSAA play. Starting guard, a 6-foot junior from Onalaska, Wisconsin, number 15, Dakota Mantle. At forward, a 6'4" freshman from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, number 24, Ben Olsen. And another forward, a 6'5" freshman from La Crosse, Wisconsin, number 25, Colin Adams. At forward, a 6'3" senior from Kendall, Wisconsin, number 35, Robert Kunitz. And at forward, a 6'4" senior from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, number 44, Jack Manis. The Vihawks are coached by head coach Wayne Wagner, his 24th season, assisted by Luke Smith, Taylor Hansen, and John Roscoe. And now the starting lineup for your Bellevue University Bruins. Bellevue enters today's game with an overall record of 12-9, and they are 4-3 in NSAA play. Starting at guard, a 6'3" junior from Portland, Oregon, number 2, Taylor Pomeroy. At Taylor guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 3, Vinny Belcaster. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Santa Ana, California, number 4, Paulo Araujo. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Folsom, California, number 5, Marquise Johnson. And a man in the middle, 6'10" senior from Cleveland, Ohio, number 10, Justin Motley. The Bruins are coached by head coach Lucas Gabriel, his 4th season, assisted by Nate Geiser. Gentlemen, it is time to play ball.
All right, thank you, Ray, for the introduction to the starting lineups. The Bellevue Bruins will be in their home white uniforms with gold trim. The visiting Viterbo Vihawks in navy blue jerseys with white and red trim. Opening tip, uncontested by the Bruins. Vihawks will have first possession as we get ready to go. Mick Krupski and Simon Falcon with you on tonight's broadcast. With the basketball for the Vihawks, Dakota Mantle. Top of the key, bounce pass inside. Justin Motley on defense against Jack Manis. Manis gives it off into the hands of Robert Kunitz. You'll hear Manis and Kunitz quite a lot tonight on both ends of the floor. The drive to the basket off the baseline. Jack Manis, the first on the board for the Vihawks on that baseline drive. Bellevue with its first possession of the evening. Here's Paulo Araujo. Araujo, a 3-time conference player of the week, including 2 of the last 3 weeks for his efforts. The drive, shot a little bit too strong. Kept alive inside by Motley. Here's Taylor Pomeroy from distance. Taylor knocks that one down. The junior from Portland, Oregon. And the Bruins have a 1-point lead. Both teams successful on their first attempts.
Yeah, that's Taylor's, seems like one of his go-to shots right there. Direct in line with the hoop, 3-pointer.
Ben Olsen with the basketball now over near the Bellevue bench. Trying to go one-on-one against Paulo Araujo. A little height advantage inside. There's going to be a traveling violation. The first turnover of the evening against Ben Olsen. Most of the Viterbo roster from the home state of Wisconsin. La Crosse, their specific location. A couple from Minnesota as well, but mostly a Badger State crew on the floor. Here's Justin Motley, his second touch of the evening. Trying to work inside. Now the drive in the lane by Araujo. Gets the shot swatted away on the defensive play by Colin Adams. Thanks to Colin Adams, he helped me with pronunciations before today's game, so we'll give him a little credit for that. Christian Carter and Kanami Maggard into the game for the Bruins, first substitutes this evening. About a minute and a half gone in the first 20-minute period. Vinny with the basketball, now to Araujo. Paulo with the sweet stroke from distance. Paulo Araujo, hot early for the Bruins. Paulo averaging over 20 points per game in conference play, 20.9 to be exact, in the first 7 games of the conference season, including a 30-plus effort here a couple weeks ago. Vihawks with their next possession, down low to Jack Manis. Manis, a 6'4" senior from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, works inside. A shot too strong off the glass. And the Bruins push the ball up the floor. Here's Martise Johnson looking back to Christian Carter. Christian a little bit short on that stroke. And the rebound brought down by Robert Kunitz. Kunitz, a senior from Kendall, Wisconsin. Spin move by Kunitz. Kick back out to Manis from behind the free throw line. He'll knock that one down from distance. A 2-point shot. 6-4 our score. A couple of minutes into this opening of the contest. There's Christian Carter working with the basketball. Paulo Araujo behind the back dribble, trying to clear some space, looking inside. Martise Johnson working the baseline. Kick out pass, Carter. Araujo draws a defender, draws two defenders, up and under, no good. Defensive play on the boards made by Colin Adams. Up the near side comes Robert Kunitz. Jack Manis working against Kanami Maggard. Drive to the lane, good defense by Martise Johnson on the drive by Adams. Now setting up in the half court, there's a nice pass inside. On the assist, Dakota Mantle to Colin Adams on the basket. Score tied at 6. Bruins looking to untie it here. Man-to-man defense employed by both squads. Here's Johnson. To Belcaster. Vinny will set it back up. Shot clock in single digits for the Bruins. Belcaster penetrates, kicks out to Johnson. Shot clock at 3. Martise with the three-point effort, no good. The rebound to Colin Adams. Kick out, three-point attempt. That one's no good, off the miss by Adams. Bruins coming up the right side of the floor. Bruins trying to get a little something going there by pushing the envelope. Nothing available, so they'll set up in the half court. Here's Martise Johnson. From the wing, the kick out to Araujo. Paulo sends that one on its way, a little bit short. And the rebound cleared by Mantle.
I admire the confidence in his three-point game, though.
He's put up some big numbers over the last couple of weeks especially. Monitz with a nice move, a couple of different directions inside before banking it home for the basket. Kunitz and Manis, two of the big guys on the point scoring on the floor. 15 and 16 points per game, their season averages. Bruins trailing by 2. 5 minutes have gone by in the opening. Here's Belcaster, a little seam down the lane, left side, left hand, Vinny Belcaster. His first basket of the night. We're tied at 8.
Vinny's not afraid to drive the lane. He can be really aggressive when he wants to be.
Athletic move driving into the lane by Robert Kunitz. Can't get it to fall down. Packs to Kanami Maggard. Kanami will go to the free throw line. Thread the needle pass there by Vinny to Kanami. Maggard will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. First foul of the game goes against Colin Adams. Hey, we're off to a good start here. I want to remind you, Bellevue fans, you know this, but Viterbo fans, we invite you to join us as well by sending along a text message. Let us know who you are, where you are, who you're rooting for, any other words of wisdom you want us to pass along. That number is 402-515-7654. We'll give that number to you several times during the course of the game as the Bruins send in some subs. Braden Groby for the first time tonight. Raphael Allen as well, first time on the floor. Maggard on the mark with his first free throw, off the mark with the second. A 1-point lead for the Bruins. Again, that number, if you were scrambling for a pen, 402-515-7654. Can't take phone calls, but we'd love to hear your text message. Love to read your text message. Maggard on the block inside down the lane. But a foul's going to be called, I think, against Taylor Pomeroy. Yes, it is. First personal, first team foul against Bellevue. That will send Robert Kunitz, the senior from Kendall, Wisconsin, to the line for 2 shots.
Great look, I believe, by Krubel in the assist there.
Kunitz averaging over 15 points per game. Just under 60% free throw shooter. Misses the first one. Motley back in for the Bruins. Justin, the tallest player on the Bruins roster. at 6'10", the Cleveland, Ohio native. Second free throw's on the mark. We're tied once again, now at 9. Christian Carter bringing the ball up the floor for the Bruins. Raphael Allen, his first touch of the night. Pomeroy inside to Motley. Back to Taylor. Play a little give and go on this right side of the floor. Kick out pass. Entry inside. Nice matchup there between Jack Modis and Justin Motley. Raiden Grovey into the lane. The kick out pass. Raphael Allen behind the arc. Raphael knocks it down on the assist from Grovey. Bruins with a 3-point lead.
Raphael shooting 34% from three-point land. I think he'll take a few more of those with that percentage.
Drive down the right side of the lane. The kick out into the hands of Olsen. Manis working against Motley. No good. Justin pulls down the defensive board. Again, the Bruins pushing the ball up the floor. Allen hit one from that spot just moments ago. Off the mark this time. Motley with a good hustle. Winds up on the floor, tripping over the edge of the auxiliary bleachers.
Saying hello to some of the student athletes in the Bruin den over there. Nick.
Looks like Justin's going to be okay, but the Viterbo Vhawks will have the basketball. Sub in for Viterbo, Keegan Severn. And also Cole Krubel. And one more for just for good measure, Alex King in as well. Robert Kunitz with the basketball. You'll see him and Monis all over the floor, handling the ball, rebounding, shooting. With the basketball, Krubel tries to come around the corner, pull up jump shot from the wing. It's good. Cole Krubel, a junior from Bloomington, Wisconsin, knocks that one down.
15-footer by Krubel. Good looking shot.
Here's Allen to Pomeroy. Carter hounded at the top of the key by King. Taylor Pomeroy draws a lot of attention. Now he'll drive. There's going to be a hand check. That's going to go against Alex King, his first personal foul.
Alex King hits first.
Subs in for the Bruin. Paulo Araujo back. Kanami Maggard back. Vinny Belcaster back. And Martise Johnson, you guessed it, back as well. 12:26 remaining in the first half. Bruins with a 1-point lead. Belcaster triggers it in to Paulo Araujo, number 4. Belcaster, number 3. Araujo, number 4. Martise Johnson with the basketball, number 5. Leaves it for Kanami Maggard. A strong defensive play inside by Keegan Severn, but he got too much body on the play, and he'll draw the foul. Kanami Maggard with 2 free throws upcoming. So Kanami, who had been at the line earlier, back for 2 more free throws. He was 1 for 2 his first trip to the line.
70% from the charity stripe for the season.
Off the mark with that one. Taylor Pomeroy back in. Justin Motley awaiting to come back in if the free throw is made. Back in for the Vhawks is Ben Olsen, and new in is Luke Spink. So both coaches trying to keep fresh bodies on the floor. Talking to head coach Lucas Gabriel before the game, he said it could be a game where there's a lot of movement up and down the floor. Both teams are going to try to push the envelope if they get an advantage to run. But if it's not there early, then both teams will settle back and play the half-court game. Looking for a good shot or looking for a better shot. Not afraid to let time go off the clock. Press break by the Vhawks. Quickly head all the way to the floor. The high-arcing shot is good. That's how to break the press and keep it going. Cole Krubel with back-to-back buckets for the Vhawks. 13-13 our score. Here's Martise Johnson. Paulo Araujo now with the basketball. Back to Belcaster. The Bruins going to run some time here. See if they get a good shot. Hoping to get a greater shot. Pomeroy thought about it, kept that foot planted. Taylor splits the double team, gets an awkward shot off. Justin Motley clears the board. Fresh 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Bruins after the offensive rebound by Motley. Paulo loses the basketball off his leg. The turnover gives it back to the Vhawks. Coming up the floor with it is Luke Spink. Belcaster meets him, pull-up jump shot near the free throw line. That's no good. Pomeroy clears the defensive glass. and heads up. Nothing there for the Bruins, so they'll set it up. Motley coming out for the high screen. Belcaster just goes around that. Guard action outside the arc. Pomeroy shoots. Off the mark there. Justin didn't get quite fully set on his elevation on that shot.
Surprising miss. That kind of shot from Pomeroy.
King drives. Denied. Shot from the free throw line area is good by Keegan Severn. Seahawks take the lead at 15-13. Looking inside to Motley. Justin trying to back down inside against Severn. Nice work with the left hand by Justin Motley for the bucket.
That's a grown man move right there, Mick.
Nice move by the 6'10" Bellevue Bruin. Another basket by Cole Krubel. He's lighting it up for the V-Hawks. Krubel now with 6 points. A perfect 3 for 3 from the floor. Halfway through the first half of action, 10 minutes to go. Motley with the screen, Araujo with the dribble. Pomeroy thought about it, pulled it back down. Shot clock down to single digits. Araujo calmly delivers another three-pointer, second of the night for Paulo Araujo.
Sweet looking three-point shot.
He just kind of has that smooth Steph Curry sort of a release on his shot. He's the guy
that's a good way to describe it.
That's who he reminded me of his entire 3-year career here at Bellevue University. Krubel denied the shot there by Pomeroy. Kick back out to Spink. Spink looking for help from a teammate. Delivers it into the hands of Ben Olsen. Bounce pass into the middle. Spin move swatted away by Justin Motley. Motley, the North Star Athletic Association Defensive Player of the Year last year, and it'll be Bellevue basketball as we have a flood of subs coming in from both squads.
I got the Bruin Den up a little bit.
Yeah. Great timing on that and elevation by Justin. And we've got media timeout on the floor. Under 10 minutes remaining in the first half, so we'll take the timeout, not charge to anybody. Our score, the Bellevue Bruins 18, the Viterbo V-Hawks 17. All right, take us through some of the quick early stats, please.
Nick, V-Hawks shooting pretty impressive from the field goal. Well, just overall, 57%. Bruins, 40% field goal percentage, but 4 for 9 from three-point land, so got to be happy with that early on.
Very important part of the Bruins game is to be able to connect from distance. A couple of text messages have come in. Let's go Bruins from Daddy Belcaster. Glad you're with us. I know the Belcasters were along for the women's game as well. Go Vinny and the Bellevue Bruins. Love from Mom. Watching from Chicago. Basketball and heart emojis as well. So all the Belcasters are online again tonight. Watching from Hustisford, Wisconsin. Dave and Kathy Bach, grandparents of Jack Monis. We were in lacrosse last weekend when Viterbo beat Bellevue by 1 point. Exciting game. Thanks for the great job broadcasting tonight. Thank you very much for the compliment, and we're back to the action on the floor. Here's Vinny Belcaster on the drive. Double teamed, over the top pass. Raiden Groby, three-pointer, knocks it down. Raiden, the freshman from Avoca, Iowa, knocks down, and the Bruins lead at 4 points. V-Hawks back to work on offense. V-Hawks 6-1 in conference. Bellevue 4-3. Bruins in the coach's preseason poll projected to be the number one. A nice move down the right side of the lane by Ben Olsen for the basket. The Sun Prairie, Wisconsin native with the basket.
Sounds like another nice town, Sun Prairie.
Wisconsin, a beautiful state. My wife and I took a vacation up there last September and went up to Bayfield on Lake Superior, Door County on Lake Michigan, and many points in between. Here's Raphael Allen on the drive. The pull back out. Groby on the penetration. Raiden has to adjust the arc of his shot. No good. Hit the side of the rim, so the shot clock reset to 20. Belcaster on the drive. That one is blocked, but a foul called. Looked like Olson got the ball with his hand, but too much body-to-body contact on the drive by Vinny Belcaster. The Chicago native steps to the free throw line. 4th year in the Bellevue program for Vinny, including a redshirt year. Wayne Wagner in his 24th season at the head of Viterbo wants an explanation from one of the officials on that last call. Vinny, first one goes down.
Vinny's 56, about 57% from the free throw line throughout the season.
Jack Manis and Dakota Mantle back in for the V-Hawks. Belcaster, that one swoops away. Manis comes down with a rebound. 7:40 and counting in this first half of action. An exciting game last weekend in La Crosse, Wisconsin, won in overtime by the V-Hawks. The Bruins trying to hold court here at home. Foul called on Kanami Maggard, working defensively against Jack Manis. Kanami disagrees with the call, pleading his case to one of the officials. That falls on deaf ears. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Robert Kunitz back into the game for the Viterbo V-Hawks. So much of the starting lineup. Nice save on the play right below us from Colin Adams. Didn't want to go over and back on the catch. Here's Kunitz with the basketball, guarded by Allen. Now in the hands of Manis, spin move into traffic. Shot up and off, no good. The rebound on the putback by Ben Olson. Right place, right time for Olson. The Bruin lead cut to 1 point. Under 7 minutes to go. Raphael Allen, first in the program for the Bruins. Tough
nice
pass inside. Maggard with good hands to make the play, but doesn't have a shot because of his angle under the backboard. Olson pushing it ahead. The kick out pass to Mantle. Doesn't take it, instead gives it to Olson. Turnaround, jump shot, no good. Short, but follows it up. Good hustle by Raylan Groby to keep that alive, but it'll be Viterbo basketball. Justin Motley back into the game. Martise Johnson as well. Seahawks counter with Cole Krubel, and Paulo Araujo jumps in as well. Paulo has been named Conference Player of the Week 3 times on the season. Jack Manis has been named Player of the Week 2 times, and Robert Kunitz 1 time on the season. A couple of weeks yet to go in the regular season. This is the second half of the regular season. Each of the schools has played the other conference members 1 time. And the second half of the season starts tonight. Manis working against Motley, no good. Again, nice defensive presence. Clogging up the lane there by the long arms of Justin Motley. Nearing the 6-minute mark of the first half. Araujo, guarded by a couple of different guys, now slips the loose. Here's Taylor Pomeroy from distance. Taylor's got the stroke back now. His second 3-pointer of the night. And the officials call time as Motley and Manis kind of get tangled up and have a few words.
That was Pomeroy's shot, though.
You need to have that confidence with you when you shoot that 3-pointer, whoever you are. So 2 3-pointers by Pomeroy, 2 3-pointers from Araujo on the Bruins side of the ledger. No 3-pointers yet for the V-Hawks. Kunitz trying to turn the corner, right side of the lane. Kick out pass to Olson. Shot clock down to 7. Drive by Manis, double team down low, looking for help. Good ball movement. Kunitz from the corner, right near head coach Lucas Gabriel. No good, ball loose. Corralled by Olson, he'll put it back up. That one's off the back of the iron. Justin Motley has it, mugged inside. And again, we may have an additional foul on the play. As Justin Motley firm control the ball, then a couple of different V-Hawks tried to punch it away from him. Let's see what the official call is. Personal foul against Robert Kunitz, his first. 5th team foul against the V-Hawks, so not a free throw shooting situation yet.
Love the physicality, but got to control temper a little bit there.
That's the second time we've seen a stoppage of play to cool down the players. Bruins with the guard weave. Pomeroy open for the three-point look. That one may have partially been deflected by Kunitz. Martise Johnson with a great job of keeping it alive. Shot clock at 11. You can hear the Bruin bench players counting it out in the background. Paulo penetrates, gets kind of caught underneath. Pomeroy, the fall away three off the side of the iron, no good. Rebound picked up by Dakota Mantle. Quick release shot from the corner from three-point land. That's no good off the first miss of the night from Cole Krubel. And the Bruins push it ahead. Nice feed inside from Martise Johnson. That's going to be a foul. Second personal against Robert Kunitz as he runs over Taylor Pomeroy. As Pomeroy got a good-looking pass inside from Martise Johnson.
Taylor's an excellent free throw shooter.
Colin Adams back into the game, along with Keegan Severn, Kanami Maggard as well for the Bruins, Vinny Belcaster as well. 16 fouls, so we'll be shooting 1-1 on the next foul against the V-Hawks. Belcaster, 1-1 down low. And again, 1-1 down low. Back out to Araujo. He'll shoot the three. High arcing shot. Won't go down. Battle for the rebound. Whistle blows. That's going to be foul on Kanami Maggard. His second personal foul. Third team foul against Bellevue. Justin Motley back in. Raiden Groby back in. Raphael Allen back in.
And Allen checking in for the Bruins.
Third year in the program for Justin. First year in the program for Groby, the freshman, and for Allen, the junior. Give and go inside. Belcaster knocks it out of bounds. Hustling back on defense. 18 seconds on the shot clock for the V-Hawks as they have the inbounds play. Brutus the Bruin looking over the shoulder of the trigger man. Krubel shot from distance.
Good look.
The miss, but the putback once again, and again a missed opportunity on kind of a bunny inside for the V-Hawks. Bruins clear it away. Drive follow with a backhanded effort off the glass inside. May have been some contact there, but officials letting the guys, for the most part, play pretty physically. 27-21, drive down the lane. Motley comes out to help. Severn with the shot blocked inside. Raphael Allen with a great play, going straight up vertically. Araujo loses the handle. Ball on the floor. Vinny Belcaster throwing his body on the floor to save it for the Bruins. Nice hustle by Vinny. Here's Raiden Groby on the right side. Has a look inside the Motley. Justin gets a bump, kicks on a pass. Vinny Belcaster short on that three-point attempt, and a foul on Justin Motley going for the rebounds. Basically ran over Dakota Mantle, who had his hands on the basketball. First personal, against Justin Motley. Johnson, Carter.
Number 44, and in for the Bruins once again, Pomeroy. Number 2,
Modest back in for Viterbo as well. 3:02 remaining, 27-21 our score.
Bruins shooting 40% field goal percentage right now. V-Hawks 40%. Brew hits 39%.
So both teams shooting below their season average with that stat.
Kind of the difference there is the three-point field goals. Bruins.
On the cut down the baseline. Nice entry pass to Ben Olsen, who put it down for the score. I believe that was Dakota Mantle who'll get credit for the assist on the play.
Bruins with 6 3-pointers, putting them up.
One of the other categories we'd like to focus on, the number of assists. Here's Raiden Groby from three-point distance. Off the mark. Kunitz pulls down the rebound. Bruins have 7 assists on 9 made baskets. Viterbo 5 assists on 11 made baskets. So the Bruins finding teammates a little bit more easily than the V-Hawks. Drive into the lane. Pass behind the back. Christian Carter gets the steal ahead of Taylor Pomeroy. It's a foot race down the floor. And a foul will be called on Ben Olsen as he was going for the steal. Pomeroy slides halfway across the floor, helped up by some of the guys in the stands.
trying to do a little bit too much there on behind the back pass. But
1-and-1 situation here for Pomeroy. Back into the game for the V-Hawks comes Cole Krubel. Bruins lead it by 4. Exactly 2 minutes to go. First one up, first one in. Taylor Pomeroy now with 7 points. Only trailing Paulo Araujo, who has 8 points for the Bruins. Low scoring first half. Bruins average 72 points per game. The V-Hawks average 78. And both free throws converted by Pomeroy. Taylor, a 90% free throw shooter on the season. Backcourt pressure. V-Hawks get away from it pretty easily. Drive into the lane again. The difficult pass inside. That's going to result in a traveling violation. Mantle tried to make a difficult pass around Bruin defenders. And the turnover gives the ball back to the home team. Relatively free turnover game. 4 turnovers for Viterbo, only 3 for the Bruins.
I'm surprised to hear how physical the game has been.
Entry pass to Motley, a nice athletic play to catch that off his fingertips. Pomeroy and Motley trying to play catch. Motley using his butt a little bit, but Jack Manis unhappy with the call, expressing some displeasure as he and Motley once again working hard at that post position. First personal against Manis. It'll send Justin Motley to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Justin shooting 67% from the free throw line this season.
Front end, creeps over the front of the rim. Justin will get another. Motley now with 4 points. Both free throws good. The Bruins doing a nice job from the line. 6 out of 9, 67%. Again, the backcourt pressure, the V-Hawks break it and speed up the floor. Bruin defenders speed back as well on defense. With the basketball, Ben Olsen drives baseline. Motley, again, that last line of defense comes in to help. Manis inside, Martise Johnson. With contact, Martise will be called for the foul as the ball and rim get a little wedgy.
Number 5, Johnson, his first team fifth.
2 free throws upcoming for Jack
the
Manis.
technical term for that is wedgie.
That's right, it's wedgie, yeah. You don't see it happen very often. A couple times this season. Happened, I think, the last homestand for the Bruins. Manis off the mark with the first free throw. Averaging 17 points per game, a 67% free throw shooter on the year. Second one is good. Manis with 7 points on the night.
Number 3, Belcaster. Number 4, Araujo. And number 14, Allen.
Raphael Allen back in. Vinny Belcaster back in. And Paulo Araujo. Pomeroy and Motley stay in. Justin getting a lot of minutes in this first half tonight. Bruins need his height and defensive and rebounding abilities. And he can score a little bit too. Here's Taylor Pomeroy, a little spin move on the dribble. Gets it inside to Motley. Motley and Manis backed up again on the one-on-one. Motley tries to look inside to feed Allen. It goes off a Viterbo defender out of bounds. 5 seconds left on the shot clock for the Bruins. Carter, Maggard, and Johnson back in. Bruins need to get off a fairly quick shot, not a catch and shoot.
I think they're going to look for Araujo.
Good call. Belcaster under pressure, gets a shot off, misses the rim. Play will continue as the buzzer for the 30-second violation sounds. V-Hawks in possession of the basketball. Baseline drive by Robert Kunitz. Clears the defenders with a head fake and banks it home. First basket of the night for Robert Kunitz. That is surprising for somebody who averages 15 points per game. Waning seconds of the first half. About a 2-second difference between the game and shot clock. Shot clock at 10. and counting down. Bruins get into the action. Belcastro down the lane, the kick out. Araujo under pressure, gets the shot off the mark, but a foul is going to be called. Paulo hits the deck, holding his right knee. The foul will go against Dakota Mantle, his first personal. So 3 free throws upcoming for Paulo Araujo. He faced this situation a couple weeks ago and canned all 3 free throws.
Araujo shoots 76% from the charity line this season.
First one up, first one in. Paulo, again, if you missed it earlier, averaging 20.9 points per game in conference play. That's tops in the conference. And another. Paulo had a 37-point effort against Valley City back on January 7th.
It's well deserving of North Star Athletic Association Player of the Week that week, Nick.
And unfortunately, the third one doesn't go down. The half-court heave is close, but no cigar on the attempt by Dakota Mantle. We are at our halftime break, and our score, the home team, Bellevue University Bruins 35, the visiting team, the Viterbo Vhawks 26. The Bruins take a 33, not 35. I can't even read my own writing. So they take a 7-point lead into the halftime break. All right, Simon Falcon, give us some stats, please.
Oh, the 3-pointers. Bruins having 6, 17. Well, Vhawks 0 for 4. Those 3 good 3-point looks by Pomeroy and Araujo making a big difference. Points in the paint, the Vhawks 18 to the Bruins 6. Rebounds comparable to for both squads, 18 for the Vhawks, 16 for the Bruins. The points off turnover is a big one for the Bruins versus the Vhawks, 7 as opposed to 0 for the Vhawks on points off turnovers.
All right, so we've got some halftime festivities
in this game here.
Halftime festivities are going to be going on the court. We'll try to keep our commentary going here as we've got one more text message in the queue here. Love those Bruin boys. Number 22, keep the hustle going. From Oakland, Iowa, the Groby grandparents. We're glad you guys are with us over in, I know Avoca's in Pottawatomie County. Is Oakland as well? I think so. Anyway, a little Iowa geography across the Missouri River here from Nebraska. Individual scoring at our halftime break. Paulo Araujo, the only one in double digits for either team. He has 10. 8 points for Taylor Pomeroy. Nobody else with more than 4 on the Bruins squad. For the Viterbo Vhawks, nobody in double digits. Manas with 7 points, Olsen with 6 points, and Krubel with 6 points are the leading scorers for the Vhawks. Again, if you'd like to send along a text message during the halftime break, that number is 402-515-7654, as we're going to step out for a couple of minutes to take a break and then be back with more action right here. Men's basketball on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. All right, welcome back to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Our halftime break is over, but halftime still continues. Both teams back out of the floor to get some warm-up shots as we get ready for the final 20 minutes of action. Right now, the Bellevue Bruins with a 7-point halftime lead, 33-26 our score. Neither team really shooting lights out from the floor, as Simon mentioned earlier on, but solid defense on both ends as well is another way you could look at it. One text message came in during our halftime break, and it's from Amy Olson, cheering on my son Ben Olson from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Go Ben, go V-Hawks. We're glad you're with us tonight, Amy, and good luck to the V-Hawks for the rest of the season after tonight's game, of course. We got to be a little bit of homers here on this side.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right, we've seen 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes to go. What are the areas, Simon, do you think that both teams need to improve on here in the second half of action?
Well, the three-point shooting for the V-Hawks at shooting 0 for 4 right now. A couple of those going their way, you know, is the difference in the game kind of right now. And really kind of points in the paint for the V-Hawks, kind of keeping them in there. 18-6 advantage to the Bruins. Not a lot of fast break points. Kind of going methodically down the court for both teams, but playing physical nonetheless.
Definitely a physical game on the floor. When I had a chance to talk with head coach Lucas Gabriel before today's game, he said, I think there's 3 things that we need to do to win this game. 3 keys with the Bruins need to push hard to get back on defense after a missed shot. I think the Bruins have done a pretty good job of doing that tonight. Don't allow the V-Hawks any transition baskets. And again, I think the Bruins have done pretty well on that. When the V-Hawks don't get a transition opportunity, they, like the Bruins, will sit back on offense and run some time off the clock trying to get a good look for an opportunity. And then he also said the Bruins need to rebound well. He says that the top trio of rebounders for the V-Hawks, Manas, Kunitz, and Olsen, do a good job. The Bruins need to match them at least in that category. And the Bruins have stayed pretty close. 18 total rebounds for the V-Hawks, 16 for Bellevue. So that's respectable either way you look at it. He said the Bruins need to share the ball on offense very well. And the Bruins, we mentioned earlier, the assist to made baskets. Bellevue has 7 assists on 9 made baskets, so that's a good percentage. If they do a similar thing in the second half, they will meet that goal. Final thing he said, the Bruins need to hunt for great shots. The Bruins might get some good looks, but they need to get better looks, a high shooting percentage. Thus far, the shooting percentage is not very great. It's below their season average, 36% for the Bruins. They average 48% from the floor, so the Bruins need to step it up a little bit on the quality and connecting on their shots. All right, we're just a few moments away from the start of the second half. The Bellevue Bruins will have the opening possession of the second half. Looks like pretty much the starting lineup that the V-Hawks sent into the game. Back out on the floor here for the second half. And as the Bruin players trickle in as well, looks like the same thing can be said for the home team. Belcaster, Johnson, Pomeroy, Motley, and Araujo, the 5 Bruins on the floor. Again, the Bruins in the white uniforms with gold trim, Viterbo in the navy with red and white trim, and we are underway with the next 20 minutes of basketball action coming your way on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Mick Krupski and Simon Falcon with you tonight. Here's Justin Motley working inside, off the glass and in. Justin again using his backside. He's got a height advantage. Manas at 6'4", Justin at 6'10". Manas maybe a little bit more solidly built, but Justin can use those long arms and that time use his keister to back in for an easy shot. Kunitz around the corner, pulls it up across the way to Mantle. Now Manas. Bruins in a man-to-man defense as they've been in all game long. Drive in the lane by Kunitz, stolen away, and then lost right back. It'll be Viterbo. Paulo had it for just a second, then got kind of hit on the top of the shoulder, lost possession. Still kind of stinging a little bit, I think, for him.
It's a good heads-up move by Araujo to see that opportunity there, though.
Anything you can do to deny that look from about 3 or 4 feet in the lane. Working inside to Manas. Araujo trying to stay with him. The shot won't go down. Vinny Belcastro pulls down the defensive rebound. 1 minute has expired in the first half of action. It was 33-26 at our halftime break. The Bruins with 1 bucket to open this second half. Here's Taylor Pomeroy and Vinny Belcastro. Again, the Bruins, as we've seen this all season long, they'll use some time off the clock. Shorten the game a little bit. Great entry pass by Belcastro and a jam by Justin Motley. Again, an assist to basket for the Bruins.
Not going to stop a 6'10" present down there with the height advantage.
Martise Johnson doing some good defensive work. Loose ball, that shot inside, no good. Loose ball handled by Taylor Pomeroy. And a contact made, the foul. That's going to go against Colin Adams. Picks up his second personal foul. That's the first foul of the second half. Bruins with an 11-point lead. That's the largest of the evening. Araujo brings the ball to the top of the key. Tipped out of bounds wide. Paulo, as we said, has been an offensive explosion, especially as of late, but on the season he has 8 20-plus point games. Belcastro with the dribble at the top of the key. Shot clock down to single digits. Motley and Manas again inside, now reaching in is Colin Adams, and it'll be Adams who, let's say, travel violation on the play. I didn't see it. I thought I was looking down to see a number for a foul call, but anyway, Viterbo with the basketball heading the other way.
Creeping over this banister here too as well.
My eyes are old, but not that old that I can't see 50 feet, but one of these days. Nice entry pass. Manas with the basket off the assist from Dakota Mantle. Manas worked himself free as the Bruins were trying to double team up top.
Really impressed with Dakota Mantle's passing. Shows why he's really dominant in assists for the Seahawks.
Bruins with a couple of buckets on their side of the scoreboard this half. Here's Taylor Pomeroy in the lane. Not a strong angle off the backboard, but again, Justin Motley pulling down the rebound for the Bruins. Motley with 4 rebounds on the game. Here's Taylor Pomeroy, 3-point attempt. Off the back iron, Jack Manas with a one-armed rebound. Here come the V-Hawks up the floor. Manas spins, kicks out. Mantle avoids the flying Justin Motley and knocks down the 3. How's that for concentration? They say 2. His foot was on the line.
6'10" guy coming at you like that and able to control himself well and knock that down. That was great.
Mantle on the season averaging 2.2 assists per game, but he's doing a better job on that tonight, setting up his teammates for some looks. Araujo flashes by on the drive to the lane. A little bit too short, but again, Justin Motley working inside for the rebound. And the Bruins get a fresh 20-second clock. Here's Martise Johnson, his look for 3. That one's no good. And again, Motley working his way inside, but again, he's going to be called for a traveling violation, and now he's going to get a technical. Justin got the rebound between 2 Viterbo defenders who kind of squeezed him, and now he'll pick up the traveling and the technical. So free throws upcoming for the V-Hawks on that technical. Technicals also count as a personal foul, so that's Justin's second of the game. It'll be Dakota Mantle to shoot the free throws here after the technical. And then Viterbo will have possession of the basketball as well. First one off the mark. Bruin fans trying to make some noise down at the other end of the floor.
Mantle, 77% from the free throw line, knocking both of them down.
50% that time to the line.
My apologies, Mick. I'm distracted by the student section.
The floor bleachers are right down there by the baseline, so not a whole lot of room. So if you're loud, you can be real loud. All right, Bruins trying to apply some pressure in the backcourt against the V-Hawks. Up with the basketball comes Ben Olsen. Bruins now fall back into their half-court defensive set. Robert Kunitz with the basketball. Jack Manis spinning against Kanami Maggard, up and under, no good. Kanami battling for the defensive play, and that'll be a foul called against Jack Manis. That'll be his second personal foul. Good work inside by Kanami Maggard. First to be a great obstacle working on defense, and then to pull down that strong rebound.
A lot of physicality on both sides going right now.
Kanami, a very muscular young man. Here's Pomeroy working across the top. Now Groby. Now Allen. Bruins with some subs in during that last stoppage. Here's Carter. Bounce pass inside to Groby. Radin tracks it, spins, and down it goes. Carter on the assist. Groby on the basket. Lost the handle temporarily, but regained it and put up a good shot. 8-point lead for the Bruins. Almost 5 minutes have gone by in this second half. Inside Olsen off of Groby, battling for the basketball, and that call will not make Lucas Gabriel very happy. Radin Groby almost had the steal and said they'll call Radin for the foul. His first personal, second team foul against the Bruins. The V-Hawks also with 2 team fouls. So as Simon mentioned a couple times, a very physical game, not calling a ton of fouls.
I'd like to see that, let them play it out, especially the nature of the game right now.
And an offensive foul. I believe that's going to be on Jack Manis. Yes, it is, trying to use that elbow to clear out some space. That's his third personal. 2 of them coming in the last few seconds. Checking into the game for the V-Hawks comes Keegan Severin. He'll replace Jack Manis. Manis still having a conversation with the official who made the call. Head coach Wayne Wagner across the way, not happy with the call either. Lucas Gabriel now calls out a play for Christian Carter as he crosses the timeline with the basketball. Bruins with their guard weave at the top, inside to Kanami Maggard and a flush! Taylor Pomeroy on the assist. Kanami Maggard gets everybody in the gym on their feet with that stuff. Great timing on the play. Here comes Olsen down the floor. He makes the basket go. Or excuse me, Dakota Mantle with the basket. Great athletic efforts on both ends of the floor. First by Maggard, then by Mantle. And Mantle with the chance for the old-fashioned three-point play with the follow-up free throw.
Awesome to see Mantle just focus on the next play. Didn't let that alley-oop, his concentration, and went straight down the court and made a great play.
And now the student section has apparently gotten a little bit too vocal, and so they're requesting that Ed Lahotek, the athletic director, go down and calm the crowd on that end of the floor. Getting conversation with the official as well. It's okay to cheer, but you don't want to try to come out onto the floor or physically intimidate any of the players. So Ed across the way preaching a little gospel of be kind. Be crazy, but be kind. There's that fine line you walk. Mantle converts the three-point play. 41-34, back to a 7-point lead. Under 14 minutes, 14 and a half to go. And again, the Bruins with the guard weave at the top of the key. Here's Raphael Allen. Allen out of Atlanta, Georgia. Radin Groby feeds inside to Kanami Maggard, and again Kanami with an athletic play. It wasn't a stop, but it was a hang time bank off the backboard. And again, congratulatory pats on the back from his teammates as Konami Maggard is finding a way to get to the basket.
That was a Sports Center top 10 kind of play there, Mick.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. There we go.
Exactly.
That's my singing ability. Free throw won't go down, however, and so still a 9-point lead for the Bruins. Bruins tied for the conference championship last year. That one's stolen away. Here's Maggard leading the break, 3-on-2. Taylor Pomeroy finishes. And the Bruins a double-digit lead. Bellevue basketball has either won outright or tied for 13 consecutive years, either the league championship or the league tournament championship, or both. Robert Kunitz from distance, too short. Konami with a one-arm rebound. Makes the basketball seem about the size of a baseball when he reaches up and grabs it like that. Again, the Bruins. Action outside the key. Taylor Pomeroy gets that one to roll on the drive down the right side of the lane. A 13-point lead.
Thought he was going to pass it outside there for the three-point look, but
so did a couple of the defenders, I think. Kunitz drives to the basket. Bruin defenders fall back and intimidate the shot. Christian Carter sprints ahead. Christian off the glass and in. The Bruins are knocking down everything they throw up. Raven Colby back on defense, knocks that away. The Bruin fans, an excitement level here at high pitch. 4 subs in for the Bruins. Motley, Araujo, Johnson, and Belcaster. And congratulatory handshakes from the coaching staff and players for the guys leaving the floor. Lucas Gabriel and assistant coach Nate Geiser have to be real excited about what's transpired in the last 3 minutes or so as the Bruins have built up a 15-point lead. Robert Kunitz on the drive, denied there by Belcaster. Back out, 3-point shot is off the mark. 3 Bruins fighting for the rebounds. Belcaster will take it after the miss by Krubel.
Love the effort going after the ball there.
All the momentum, all the excitement on the side of the Bellevue Bruins trying to hold home court here after losing last weekend by 1 point in overtime. Carter to Motley. Justin, a little fall away, and it just falls off the front of the rim. Under 12 minutes to go. Olsen, pull-up jump shot from near the free throw line. Justin Motley again reaches up for the board and pulls it down. The Bruins pushing ahead to see if they can find a seam. Paulo Araujo, the launch for 3. That one's no good. The rebound pulled down by Keegan Severn.
Why not on that 3? Everything's been falling.
Open looks, you'll take them if you're feeling the flow. Taylor Pomeroy with 12 points. Paulo Araujo with 10, the leading scorers for the Bruins. Severn off the miss. Christian Carter coming away with the basketball. Ahead to Belcaster. Now he'll slow things down. Lucas Gabriel shouting directions to his team from across the way. Bounce pass inside. Good alert presence by Kunitz on the steal that time. Ahead to Olsen. Paulo Araujo back on defense. He'll be called for the foul, but it won't be an easy breakaway for the V-Hawks. Ben Olsen will head to the line. 2 shots upcoming. Again, the pace of the game. Ben going crazy.
Ben's 80% free throw shooter for the season.
First free throw is good. Back into the game, Colin Adams. And I apologize, I just got a text. Last week's game was not in overtime, but it was a victory for the V-Hawks. So, oops, my bad. That was a 65-60 contest in lacrosse, won by Viterbo. So now we're all squared away as the free throws made. 10:58 remaining. The Bruins up by 13 points. Again, the Bruins Little dribbling, little passing, little shot. Taylor Pomeroy penetrates and knocks it down.
Sweet little floater there.
Pomeroy missed the first several games of the season. Was hampered by an illness that kept him off the court and out of the classroom for quite a while. What has been a nice spark plug since coming back. That basket by Cole Krubel. Krubel started out a perfect 3 for 3. Now 4 for 7 on the evening.
That was the V-Hawks' first 3 of the night.
Entry pass to Justin Motley. Severn on the defensive play. No call, quickly ahead. There's a nice transition turn for the V-Hawks. The basket made by Colin Adams. The crowd has temporarily quieted down a little bit. Here's Raphael Allen on the penetration. Now the kick back out. Shot clock at 10. Bill Castor tries to go left side, feeds Araujo. Vinny into the lane, a look for Pomeroy. Off the side of the iron, tracked down by Cole Krubel. Under 10 minutes to go, 9:22 to be exact. V-Hawks have cut the deficit to 10. They trailed by as many as 15 a little bit ago, and there's going to be a foul. A grab foul against Raphael Allen. Allen, the junior from Atlanta, Georgia, first year in the program, commits his first personal foul. And we've got a timeout on the floor with 9:13 remaining in the contest. The Bellevue Bruins 51, the Viterbo V-Hawks 41. Congratulations to the Bellevue University women's basketball team. They won the contest earlier today, defeating the Viterbo V-Hawk women by a score of 65-48. With that victory, the Bellevue women continue to hold the top spot in conference play at 6-1. Coming into tonight's action, the Bruins, the Mayville State Comets, and the Dakota State Trojans, all with 6-1 records in conference on the women's side.
We can add some more years to that board across the gym here, Mick. That's got to be one of the goals, is a conference championship, and then win a national game, in the tournament.
Yeah, the Bellevue women's program started 7 years ago, so they haven't had the history of the men's program that dates back to the 1970s, late 70s, early 80s, somewhere there. I don't know the year exact, but the Bruins men's program, a whole litany of victories in conference, regular season and tournament action. The Bruins have been to the NAIA National Tournament on the men's side the last 2 years in a row. Jack Manis with the basketball over near the wing. Here's the baseline drive by Robert Kunitz, who finds a lane and banks it home for the basket. So the lead back down into single digits. The V-Hawks, who gave up a nice string of points for the Bruins early, have put up together a nice string of their own here as of late. Bruins again forcing the V-Hawks to play a little defense here with the guard weave at the top of the key. Shot clock now back to single digits. Bruins will get more focused on their attack. Here's Justin Motley. Spin move inside. Justin banks it home. Justin Motley now in double digits with 10. So 3 Bruins above the 10-plus point mark. Pomeroy with 15, Araujo and Motley with 10.
Nice balanced effort across the floor.
Traveling violation against Robert Kunitz. One step too many trying to work into the lane. Martise Johnson, Kanami Maggard, and Paulo Araujo check back into the game for the Bruins. Both coaches trying to keep fresh bodies on the floor. And knowing they've got another game coming up tomorrow afternoon, the Bruins will be right back here at the Lozier Center on the Coach Jerry Mosser court against the Waldorf Warriors. Viterbo will travel up the road to Madison, South Dakota to take on the Dakota State Trojans. Martise Johnson on the pass inside from Vinny Belcastro, a little bit short. Martise gets the offensive rebound, and the Bruins will reset the offense. Fresh 20 seconds on the clock. Belcaster with the dribble, the stop, the start. The leave behind for Johnson. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Martise into the lane. Foul's going to be called, and it's going to be called against Martise for using that elbow to clear out space. We've seen that called a couple of times tonight.
Like the effort, but elbow just stuck out just maybe
a little too much
there.
You can give a little cushion, but you can't extend that arm out too far. We've seen that called against both teams tonight. It's a legitimate call. 7.5 minutes remaining. Bruins up by 10. And coming around the corner, it looks like Mantle lost his footing, but maybe that was because he was grabbed. That's going against Martise Johnson. That's his third personal foul. And as the seventh team foul against the Bruins, Mantle will be shooting a 1-and-1 here. Off the mark on the front end. So a big miss. And the Bruins a chance to extend their lead beyond the 10-point mark they are right now.
A little surprising, Mantle missed that with 77% free throw percentage on the year.
Paulo trying to drive through the right side, goes all the way through, gets it out to Raiden Groby. Groby feeds inside to Martise Johnson. Groby on the assist. Martise on the basket. The lead back to a dozen points.
Groby's gonna spark off the bench for the Bruins.
Manas working inside against Maggard. There's a couple of solidly built guys going against each other. Manas with the basket. Manas in double digits now for the V-Hawks. The first of the V-Hawks to get there. 11 points for him. Bruins back in the half-court set. Again, killing some time off the clock and trying to get a good shooting opportunity. Belcaster down the left side to Maggard. The kick out. Raiden Groby from near the Bruin bench. Not quite that time. The rebound brought down by Colin Adams. That one off the leg of Paulo Araujo on the attempted bounce pass by Mantle.
Still going after it. Play was called dead. Love it.
Pomeroy, Carter, and Allen back on the floor for the Bruins. Krubel back in for Viterbo. Three-point shot off the mark, scraped the side of the rim. Jack Manas got the offensive rebound, then he loses it. Christian Carter comes out of the pile. The Bruins on the break. Ahead, Pomeroy off the assist from Kanami Maggard. Under 6 minutes, and the Bruins have a 12-point lead. And there's going to be a whistle and a traveling violation. Kind of a late whistle, but it was definitely one too many steps by Ben Olsen. Justin Motley checks back in for the Bruins. Looks like the V-Hawks may be putting up a little backcourt pressure, just a little token pressure. And now they fall back to the half court. Bruins again working across the top of the key. And now after the first 20 seconds of the shot clock, they get to work. Taylor Pomeroy tries to penetrate, nothing there. Paulo, a long three-point attempt. It's nothing but net. Paulo Araujo with his third three-pointer of the night. And now 13 points for the senior from Santa Ana, California.
Once again, just impressed by the confidence to take that NBA three-point type.
And Araujo with the steal and the presence to get it up ahead. Taylor Pomeroy converts it off the assist from Paulo. The lead back up to 17 for the Bruins. Robert Kunitz, the spin move in the lane, and gets it to go on the short shot. Timeout called by head coach Wayne Wagner. The Viterbo V-Hawks trail by 15 points, 62-47. The Bruins have once again put together a spurt of points and solid play to extend their lead. team's shooting percentage has gotten better as this second half has progressed.
We're creeping up towards 50% on both sides. 45% for the Seahawks, 47% for the Bruins. That three-point differential still being a dominant kind of advantage for the Bruins with 6 more three-pointers, 7 for the Bruins, 1 for 8 for the Seahawks from three-point land.
4:46 remaining in tonight's contest. Looks like we've got a couple more text messages. Go Vinny and the Bruins. We love you. Auntie Lori and Uncle Jay are listening in. Glad you guys are with us on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. We've seen a lot of the Bellcaster family, moms and dads, aunts and uncles, have made the trip from Chicago to Bellevue. It's about an 8-hour drive or so from there to here. Watching from Portland, Oregon, Taylor Pomeroy's grandparents say, great job, Bruins, and a thumbs up emoji as well. We would agree. Bruins back on work on offense. Looking inside. Here's Motley. Kick out back. Raphael Allen, the southpaw shooter. Off the mark. Justin tries to keep it alive, but it goes out of bounds. And the Seahawks will get the basketball.
$15-point lead for the Bruins with 4:18 remaining. Kind of getting to that. Kind of got to cut in, get to that 10-point mark here in a minute or two for the Seahawks. You got to think that's their goal.
Shot from distance, finds its way through the hoop. Basket by Ben Olsen for 3. Olsen now in double digits with 11 points. Again, some backcourt pressure. Bruins taking their time. Not full court pressure, just a kind of a little token pressure for the Seahawks, trailing by 12 points. You would think they'd have to get a little bit more intense on the defensive end. Coming up here pretty quickly. Inside to Justin Motley. Motley with the flush and the foul. Araujo with the pass that set it up. And the Bruins making some passes and making some buckets.
With authority.
That barely touched the netting going down. Justin just slammed that one through the hoop. Justin Motley with 12 points and a chance to make it 13 with the free throw. Motley getting close to a double-double with 12 points and 8 rebounds. Off the mark, the rebound goes to Olsen. Martise Johnson just trying to force a couple of extra seconds off the game clock, working against Dakota Mantle in the backcourt. Jack Manis with the basketball. Robert Kunitz now with it. Those two trying to play a two-man game. Manis slides in, but his shot is short. And Justin Motley there for the rebound. And a foul will be called, I believe, on Manis. That's the 4th personal foul on Jack Manis. 6th team foul, so still not a free throw shooting situation for the Bruins, but on the next Viterbo foul it will be.
Coach Wagner is not happy about that.
Three minutes and counting. Lucas Gabriel multitasking across the way, talking to Kanami Maggard and also directing his team with the other. His head kind of turning from side to side, so good job by the Bruins head coach. Inside to Motley again over the top. Justin again knocks it down, and another assist on the play. This time it was Bellcaster feeding it in.
Definitely using that height advantage on that pass. It just kind of went over to where Justin could kind of take it.
Symmetric time of 2:22. Now a foul called out front. That will go against Justin Motley, his third personal foul, so another 1-and-1 situation for Viterbo. Maggard and Carter back in for the Bruins as Motley and Johnson get a little bit of a rest. Cooner misses the front end of the 1-and-1. That's the second of the 3 opportunities they've had that the Vhawks have missed the front end of a 1-and-1. An opportunity to put points on the board without seconds off the clock. Nearing the 2-minute mark with a 16-point lead for the home squad. Wayne Wagner among the deans of North Star coaches, 24 years at the helm at Viterbo. Paulo passes up one, look at 3, gets that one off, and he banks it in! He and Christian Carter smile at each other as they go back down the floor. Don't know if Paulo was planning it that way, but it counts just the same. 69-50.
Gave a nice smile to the crowd right next to us.
Nice baseline move by Robert Kunitz on that play to keep his team scoring points, but it's going to be a little bit too little too late. Under a minute and a half, and the Bruins still lead it by 17 points, 69-52. This will be one of the lowest scoring games of the season for Viterbo. They came in averaging 78 points per game. That shot off the mark.
He's feeling it.
3-point shot is good by Cole Krubel, who's found the range once again. Timeout on the floor with just under a minute remaining. The Bellevue Bruins 69, the Viterbo Vhawks 55. Bruins with 8 3-pointers made in the game. Took them 26 shots to get there, but still, that's 8 3-pointers made. 3 out of 10 in 3-point shooting for Viterbo.
They have not been afraid to take those NBA long-range threes. Seen that from
that last one made by Araujo was just right before the 30-second buzzer, so they did 2 things well, burning time off the clock and then continuing to score points. So that's kind of been what the Bruins' modus operandi has been here in the second half. Across the way, the Bruin coaching staff surrounded by all the teammates talking strategy. On the right side, Wayne Wagner talking to 2 of the 3 officials, giving his version of events. Very genteel discussion. Some coaches go the genteel route, some go the Bo Pelini route. Under a minute to go, Bellevue with the basketball. A couple of possessions remaining before we put this one in the book. And again, we want to remind you, be sure to stick around following the game. We'll have one of the Bellevue players and head coach Lucas Gabriel and another highlight reel film. Araujo on the assist and Kanami Maggard on the dunk. So stick around for that. Drive down the lane. Kanami will be called for the foul on the floor. That'll send Jack Manas to the free throw line. Kanami picks up the foul. That's his third personal foul.
Have an exclamation point to the game here, Mick. Still, the Bruins were hungry after their loss this last week's against the Vhawks.
Free throw is made by Manas. It won't change the outcome of the game, but there's still a few seconds yet for some points to change on the scoreboard. Manas calmly hits both free throws. That pushes his total to 12 on the game. That'll be below his season average. Paulo, the drive, the lane, the basket. Smooth as silk, Paulo Araujo with his 18th point of the game. Here's Manas, little floater in the lane, banks off the iron, and with 14 seconds remaining, the Bruins will just dribble the basketball around a little bit. Belcastro will get it across the timeline and then just dribble around as the players start to shake hands There's the final buzzer. The Bellevue Bruins with a 73-57 victory over the Viterbo V-Hawks. With the victory, the Bellevue Bruins move to 13-9 overall, 5-3 in the North Star Athletic Association. With the loss, Viterbo University drops to 12-9 on the season, 6-2 in conference play. So an exciting contest here as the Bruins were in the lead for most of the way. Viterbo hang tough, made it a very competitive contest. So comparing last week to this week, Viterbo wins by 5 at home. This week, the Bruins win at home by 16 points. Take us through the stats, please, Simon.
Yeah, Mick, kind of that field goal percentage really creeped up this second half. The Bruins especially at 50%. Shooting 50% from the field. That's just around their average. Was it 52% from the season?
Bellevue 48% on the season.
Oh.
Both teams right around 47-48% on the year.
Oh, so they're fairly close to their season average. Kind of one of the big differences there. Kind of said that the three-point game for the Bruins, 5 more three-pointers, or 8 three-pointers for the Bruins, 3 for the V-Hawks. Points in the paint, that height advantage. Bruins took advantage of that with Motley. Justin having, that was 14 points off 6 of 8 shooting.
And Justin just shy of a double-double, 14 points and 9 rebounds for the big man out of Cleveland, Ohio.
And he had a couple blocks in there.
One more text message before I forget here at the end of the game. Way to go, Bruins, from the Carter fans listening in Arizona. So there's Carter fans all over the Southwest and West Coast, huh? Listening into the games. Thanks to everybody for sending along their text messages tonight. Let's take a look at the individual scoring for tonight's contest. Leading the way for the V-Hawks, Jack Monis with 13 points. Cole Krubel with 12, 11 for Olsen. And then single digits, Robert Kunitz had 9, 6 points for Dakota Mantle, 4 points for Adams, and 2 points for Severn. I think I got everybody there on the V-Hawk side. Over on the Bellevue side of the ledger, Taylor Pomeroy and Paulo Araujo led the team with 18 points apiece. So Paulo continuing his hot shooting, a little bit below his 21 points per game conference average, but another good night for him. Justin Motley, as we mentioned, 14 points and 9 rebounds, just 1 board shy of a double-double. In addition to those double-digit scores, Konami Maggard had 8 points, 5 points for Raiden Groby, 3 points for Vinny Belcaster and Raphael Allen, 2 points for Christian Carter, 2 points for Martise Johnson. Well, the Bellevue Bruins doing a great job. 61% shooting from the floor in the second half for the Bruins to come away with that total on the game of 50%. Looking down on the floor, we see that head coach Lucas Gabriel is on his way up along with guard Vinny Belcaster. And they'll be joining us on our post-game wrap-up. Hang on just a second. We'll get that set up. Alex, if you could get the camera. Alex. There we go. All right, joined now by head coach Lucas Gabriel. The Bruins come away with a nice 73-57 victory. You guys took one on the chin up there last weekend, but you returned the favor here this week with a resounding win by 16 points.
Yeah, it feels good to get a little bit of revenge. So we know that we have not played to the Bellevue standard. There's a responsibility and a tradition here, and when you put on a Bellevue jersey and when you coach here, there's a lot of, you look at all the banners everywhere and the years on the wall over there. There's a lot of a little bit of a pressure and responsibility because you feel like when you're not winning and playing well that you're letting all the former players and former teams down. And so we know that we are much better than our record, and we know that we can play at a higher level, and I'm just happy that we did that tonight.
First half shooting percentage was pretty low for both squads. Second half, you guys really picked it up. Shot, I think, 60% for the second half of that effort to make it a 50% shooting on the game. What was different?
I think we got a few more dunks.
Yeah, that helps. That's a higher percentage shot.
Yeah, the dunks are a little bit higher percentage shots. So I think, I just think that we wore them down. I thought we wore them down mentally and physically. And I thought as the game went on, their defense got worse and worse and worse. And we got better and better and better shots. And we got more and more comfortable against their defense because they do play a little bit of a different style defense.
Yeah.
It's not that pack line. They really pack it in and try to make it so you can't get in the middle. And I thought we just wore them out, and then we just continued to stay with it and hunt great shots, and I think that's how it happened.
Another category that we'd like to talk about is the number of assists to made baskets. 21 assists on 28 made baskets. Again, that's a great sign of teammates hunting for other teammates to get a good look at the basket.
We felt like last week we didn't share the ball the way we wanted to, and one thing I was so proud of this guy. I really challenged him. We had a film session, just me and him, and I really challenged him and asked him to for the sake of the team, forget about his scoring and just run the team. And I thought he did that beautifully today. 5 assists and 0 turnovers, and just he maybe didn't score enough of the most points, but I thought Vincent had just an incredible impact on the game with his passing and his jump stopping and his sharing of the ball, and I thought he just set the tone for our whole team. And what did we get? We had the most assists that we've had the entire season. We had 21 assists, 5 from him, and I think any time that we're sharing the ball like that, we're going to be really hard to beat, and that's what we want to do.
It's great to have a floor general to be in charge. I mean, it's another coach on the floor, as the old saying goes.
I've probably coached him harder than any player in our program for 4 years now. He's probably so sick of me, but he knows it comes from a good place. I just want him to be the best he can be, and tonight I thought he was absolutely fabulous tonight. I thought he just set the tone for our whole team. I'm really proud of him.
Another good night. You got a couple of guys stepping up, Pomeroy and Araujo with 18 points, 14 more from Justin Molly, just shy of the double-double for Justin with 14 points and 9 rebounds. It's nice to have a couple of guys to share some responsibility, scoring at the top of the ledger, but then getting all those supplemental points from everybody up and down across the board. Everybody that played got points on the board.
Well, that's something that could feel good about. But at the end of the night, this is the 3rd Friday that we've won in a row. I'd like to finish the job tomorrow. Let's do that, and then we can feel a little bit good for a day, and then we got to get back to work because we're not where we want to be, and we know that. So we're just gonna put our heads down and keep working.
Waldorf Warriors come to town tomorrow afternoon. Talk a little bit about them.
They got a really good. They have an all-league post player, number 23. He gave us absolute fits last week and scored 22 points against us. And then, it's hard. Someone might say, well, you better double them. Well, the problem is they got all kinds of three-point shooters all around them. So, they're a team that shoots it really well. They got one of the best post players in the league, and they're quick and fast. Their point guard is a 6'3", 200-pound elite driver and finisher. So they got all kinds of weapons, and they won their. I don't know if they won tonight, but I know they won their last game after we had beat them. So they're going to come in here wanting revenge, just like we wanted revenge on Viterbo tonight, and we'll be waiting for them, and we'll be ready.
All right. Well, congratulations on the win tonight. Good luck tomorrow against the Warriors.
Thank you.
Head coach Lucas Gabriel joining us tonight on the post-game wrap-up, and we'll turn the headsets over to Bellevue guard Vinny Belcaster again.
How you doing, sir?
You're good. How are you tonight? Pretty good. Now you can take a little breath here and relax a little bit after putting some quality time in on the floor. Again, all your family is texting in during the course of the game. We got moms and dads and aunts and uncles or whatever. So it's the Vinny Belcaster show sometimes on my text messages here. I love that.
They're the best. They support me from afar, man. I love them. I miss them and I love them.
Coach Gabriel kind of pretty much took every question I had by complimenting you and all these things. A game where you didn't score a ton of points, but you were the field general who dished out assists. You hit the boards sometimes for that. You were just kind of all over the floor all the time. I mean, that's your style of play. That's pretty much been, in addition to being able to score some points.
Yeah, credit to Viterbo, they're a great team. They're gonna be winning the dogfight with us at the end. So they play a really good elite defense where they pack it in. And one of my top skills is to drive in and set people up or drive in and score. And when every time I seemed like the last week to drive in, and all my games versus Viterbo in the past, they pack it in and they help off the ball side or come and send a guy randomly if I try to spin. So I watched a lot of film, and I realized, it's not going to be one of those games where you go score 20, 30 points.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where, let's get everyone going. Let's get a little flow. Let's get into a nice rhythm heading into the nice week with a big game tomorrow now. So I wanted to, take that step, and it was real, big step for me in my career to actually be able to take the step back to not score and, set all my teammates up.
Very good. It was a pretty physical game out there today, especially down for the post plays. A lot of guys banging Motley and Manas and some of those post players especially. But it also gets a little rugged out in the guard area too. And then when you're trying to drive into the lands of the bigs,
Yep.
Do you like a physical style of game, or would you rather it be more of a finesse situation?
I love it. I mean, my favorite games is, if you see me, there's probably every single game I played in, it's probably close. I get a blockout foul every game just to go into trying to put someone on their butt and trying to make a little statement. So I love a physical game. I'm from back home. I played all my older brothers. They always went at me. My cousins are always, they're top Division I players. They always went at me, and I never had it easy. Playing basketball, it's always physical. I've always played the top teams where it's always physical. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big finesse guy when it comes to that. I play a little bit like that. But when it comes to driving and being physical, I love being physical. I love an aggressive game, and that's why I love playing against Viterbo, because it's that type of game. It's not where they take a lot of charges or flop or do those type of things where they try to cheat the system. They play a physical game and a straight up game, and I love that. And that's that's the best. Those are the best games to play in.
They challenge you just like you challenge them. This is the first game of the second half of the regular season now, so you've got 6 more games to go in the conference play. Who do you look at from seeing everybody once already? Who looks like, from your experience, the top team in the league for the first half of the season? Statistics are statistics, and rankings are rankings, and standings are standings. But there's nobody better than us, and I can say that in the most humble way. Mayville has the standing. They have the standing, and they have my utmost respect. They beat us. They beat us in their home court on an overtime game. But I'm always going to put my guys first. I'm always going to believe in my guys. We've been in this position. We were in the same spot last year. Yeah.
We had 5 losses in conference last year, and we somehow got to share the title, and we went on to win the conference tournament, and we got into the national tournament. So I think, I'm never not going to put us first. But, obviously, based off standings, it's Mayville. Mayville State has that right because they won those games. But, we got a big one tomorrow, and then which one's next Friday.
That's right.
Which one's next Friday.
They've got the advantage right now, but you're still in the hunt.
It's a lot of games left, a lot of season left.
Very good. Say hello to everybody listening in.
Thanks. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. How you guys doing? Hey, Michael, Dom, I miss you guys. Uncle Jay. Thank you guys for watching, always supporting. I love you guys. I miss you guys, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Very good. Thanks again for coming up.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Vinny Belcaster joining us on the post-game wrap-up as the Bellevue Bruins come away with a 73-57 victory over the Viterbo Hawks. We'll be back here tomorrow afternoon. 3 o'clock starting time for the women's game, 5 o'clock for the men. Waldorf Warriors will be the opponent. That'll do it tonight. From the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center, for Simon Falcon and for Alex Salicio and Sean Malley and everybody part of the Bellevue broadcast, Mick Krupski signing off for tonight. See you tomorrow afternoon on the Bellevue.